And we're live for the second time tonight. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sports Live. We're back in Sheffield with a super flyweight. We're talking to the unbeaten super Tommy Frank, all the way from Sheffield. Tommy, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, mate. How are you?
I'm very good, very good. For those people who don't know who Tommy Frank is, just give us a brief overview as to who you are, Tommy.
Yeah, my name's Tommy Frank. I'm currently undefeated in 4 professional fights. I'm from Sheffield. I've got my next fight coming up on October the 13th on Sam Sheedy's undercard. So yeah, just in full training for that now.
So you're super flyweight, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Okay, and how long have you been at the weight?
To be honest, I've been at the weight since I turned pro. Originally, when I were an amateur, I boxed at flyweight. So then when I turned pro, we were sort of thinking that I could do flyweight, which is 8 stone.
Right.
But since turning pro, I've been doing a lot more strength work. I do 2 strength and conditioning sessions a week. And I've just got a lot stronger, and I've sort of filmed out a little bit since turning pro. I've been pro a year now, so now we're sort of thinking that 8 stone 3 is more suitable to me. I think I'd struggle to make 8 stone now.
Okay.
But I'm still quite big for 8 stone 3, so I think it's going to suit me down to the ground.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about your amateur background for people who don't know about you. I want to get to know a bit more about you.
Yeah, I had 45 amateur fights. I won probably just more than half of them. So not really like the best record, but you know, I boxed a lot of good kids. I boxed at a good high level all throughout my amateur career. I mean, I got to 2 ABA quarterfinals, senior quarterfinals, and I won numerous Yorkshire titles, and I won a couple of Yorkshire belts as well. So yeah, I'd say a really good amateur career.
Okay, so you turned pro. What was the decision for you to turn pro?
I think it would just that time. I think. I mean, I'd always had it in my mind that I was going to be turning pro, and then it just I just felt ready. I think I got to about 22, and we were sort of thinking that I was going to turn pro then. But I just decided to have 1 more year as an amateur. I just felt like I could accomplish a little bit more in the amateurs, which I did, and I went on to have my best season ever. So then just after that, last July, I decided to turn pro, and then I made my debut.
Okay, so you've made your debut. 4 fights, of course. The last fight we covered at BWTM Sports, as you know, we covered your last fight. Tell us.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit more about that fight, how you think it went, and the result, and what you felt going into the fight, and obviously, after the fight.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good learning experience for me. We didn't know too much about the kid. When we got in there, he was southpaw, so that's 2 southpaws I boxed on the trot now, which ain't a problem whatsoever because our gym's full of southpaws. It really is. So I'm used to sparring southpaws day in day out, but yeah, it was just a really good learning fight. I picked up my first cut. I got a cut in the first round through an accidental head clash. So I just had to stay composed. I won every round. And Glyn, I could have put the pressure on a little bit, which I did towards the end. And I thought if I had a few more rounds, I could have probably got him out of there. But Glyn was just saying because I'd got that cut. He was just saying, listen, just box this kid, just get the rounds in, and that's what I did. I thought I put on a good display of boxing, won every round, and just another one in the bank, and another learning experience for me.
So you're kind of polar opposites to your teammate and very good friend Sam Sheedy. Well, Sam Sheedy has a problem listening to his coach. You actually do quite the opposite and listen to your coach.
No, I definitely listen to Glyn. I think Sam's realising sort of now if he listens to Glenn, it's going to go right. So he's got to start listening more. But I'm trying not to make that mistake. I'm trying to listen to Glenn, and it's working. He's not telling me to do things for no reason. He's been there, he's done it. He knows what to do. So why wouldn't I listen to him?
Okay, but you see a guy there that doesn't always listen to his coach, but becomes Commonwealth champion. What message does that send to you?
No, because I think at the end of the day, Sam won that Commonwealth title because of the basics that he's got from SBC. He's been at SBC since he were 11-year-old. So I think the basics. Obviously, he might not listen because that's just what he's like. But the basics are still there. He's still a slick boxer. He still knows what he's doing, and that's why he's got that Commonwealth title now.
So when you watch that fight with him against, I know you were in the audience and you were actually cheering your teammate on, of course. What were your thoughts about that fight and how he did and what he's done since?
I just thought it was a really, really tough fight. I thought it was a lot tougher than we all thought it was going to be. I mean, even myself, to be honest with you, when the kid weighed in the day before and he came in as light as he did, I was thinking this might be an early finish for Sam because Sam can hit. I know his record don't say too much about his power, but honestly, he can really whack. And I thought it was going to be an early night for Sam. I really did, and it just it was complete opposite. It was probably the hardest fight he's had, but he came through it and he showed a lot of art. That's one thing you can't question on Sam. It's his art, and he showed a lot that night.
Yeah, it was a great night. You learned a lot more about Sam Sheedy in that fight, and actually, he probably learned a lot more from that fight than if he had done exactly what he thought he would like to have done, which is knock the guy over in a couple of rounds and won the title. He might not have learned as much.
Yeah, definitely. I think you learn a lot more from the fights where necessarily things aren't going your way. But then obviously you have to figure the problem out, solve it, and then you become a better fighter and you win. So yeah, I think that's just how you get better as a whole, really.
Okay, let's talk about your own fight. You said you got cut and you came through it. What was the learning apart from getting cut, which is a big thing in a fighter's career? Some people fall to pieces when they get cut, and they're always dabbing at the eye and stuff like that. What did you do to compose yourself?
Well, like you said, I think if some fighters get cut and they're not used to that, it could be a case of panicking and what do I do? But you don't go in a shower without getting wet. Do you know what I mean? We're in the hurt business, so you're gonna get caught and you're gonna get caught with head clashes and things like that. That's just part of our game. But it was just a good experience, because I've ticked that first box now. Obviously, it was bound to happen at some point. So I've got it out of the way, fairly early. So now, if I get caught in future, I know, just do what I did. Don't panic.
Boxing at Sheffield United, and then boxing at Ponge Forge. Talk to me about that.
Yeah.
The difference.
Bramall Lane, it's a lot more of an intimate atmosphere. It's quite a small venue, but people just pack in it, and people are just packed around it. It's a bit like like Mayweather's doghouse.
Like a doghouse. Let's think that. Yeah, a doghouse.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. Bramall Lane is like the doghouse. And it's a really good atmosphere. You can hear everyone cheering, and then you go from that to like Ponge Forge. Ponge Forge is a big arena. There's been some big fights at Ponge Forge, and it's a bit of a different vibe, but it's still great. You know what I mean? I really enjoy boxing at Ponge Forge.
What do you prefer? What gets you up more? Fighting at Bramall Lane, the doghouse, or fighting with a much bigger audience and an arena?
Yeah, I really did love boxing at Bramall Lane, but I think I would prefer the sort of big arena feel. Like I'd love to box. I'd love to box one day in the centre of that pitch at Bramall Lane, like Ken Brook did. I'd love to do that. That'd be the sort of arena feel I'd be wanting.
So talk to us about your setup. So you get to the arena, because I saw you obviously before the fight, you know,
Yeah.
you came to weigh and everything. Talk to us about what you go through mentally from leaving your house to the arena,
Yeah.
to the changing rooms, to the ring. Talk to us about that process.
Fight day is just a very happy day for me. It's quite a relief, because once you've got all that training out of the way, because obviously like any fighter will tell you the week's build up. You might do interviews and you might say, yeah, I'm feeling great and everything's going good, but sometimes it don't. You know, sometimes when it gets to 4 o'clock in the afternoon and it's my final session at day, I just don't want to do it. I do not want to go to the gym, but you have to. So it's like, come the day of the fight, and obviously the day before the fight, when you're resting up, all the hard work's like being took off your shoulders. So all that's left to do is perform, and you've got every confidence in yourself, because you know that you put the work in. So fight day, I'm just really excited, really relaxed. I like going to the venue nice and early, and sorting everything out. Obviously, getting weighed in, and making sure they've got my music and everything like that. And then it's just chilling out. And I love the team we've got. I mean, I'm sure you've been before, but
Yes.
no one's got a change. No one's got a dressing room like us. Sheffield Boxing Centre are well known for the pre-fight dressing rooms. It's just brilliant. We've got loads of kids in there. Young up and coming kids. Music's blasting. It's just a really good place to be. And then obviously it's just time to perform. Then you've got to step up and put that performance in and get your win.
So do you go through a nice nasty process? Do you have to actually hate your opponent before you fight them, or is it just a switch of a button for you? What is it like for you to get yourself up for a fight?
Yeah, it's definitely just like a switch of a button. It's nothing personal for me. Nothing personal at all. It's just it is what it is. We're just fighting for money, aren't we? Basically, it's nothing personal. I don't feel anything towards any of my opponents. So yeah, like it's just a job, and you've got to remember, the guy you're fighting, they're just trying to do the same thing you are. They're just trying to make something of themselves. They're trying to look after their families and whatnot. So yeah, it's definitely just a switch of a button for me.
So for me, when I was younger and I used to box, one of the hardest things was to let go of family and to talk to the girlfriend you have, to say to them, look, I'm going to be okay, and go into camp and train. And then fight night, where they turn up and they want to be a part around you, and you have to detach from that. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, to be honest, I think I'm fairly lucky with all my family and the way that we're set up, because I mean, obviously my girlfriend, she's a massive support for me, and she knows how it is. She knows like sort of what like she never come up to me before the fight at the venue and things like that, and want a cuddle or anything like that. So it's sort of everyone knows what's happening, and they know how much work that I put in as well. And it's not just my family; it's my girlfriend's family. They do a lot for me as well. So in the build up to the fight, that's really important to have that unit around you, and then you've got nothing but confidence then going into the fight.
Okay. I want to say thank you for when I first came to Sheffield and met you, and you took me for that little spin in your car, and we did the interview.
Yeah.
Can you reflect back on that interview and what we did and what we said for people who are watching now and may want to look at that video later to know a bit more about you?
Yeah, that wasn't that long ago. That seems ages ago now.
It does.
I think I was just getting ready for my third fight then.
Yeah.
And yeah, to be honest, I've come sort of, well, I haven't come a long way, but to me I have, because I think I'm better than I were then.
Yeah.
I think we every fight and every week that passes, I just think I'm just getting better and better. Just day in, day out at that gym, learning my craft, and I just think I'm getting better and better.
So what's a normal day for you, Tommy, like? like a training camp? What's it like for your training camp? How does it work for you?
Basically, I run in the morning. I do 2 sprint sessions a week. And like when me and Sam are training together for a fight, we'll normally do them together. So like we arrange a time for them. But Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'll run in the morning, whether that's a sprint session or just a normal run. And then I'll have my boxing session at night, my sparring, my pads and things like that. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'll run in the morning, and then I'll do a strength and conditioning session at night. And that's again the strength session. It's something that Mick King, Sheffield Boxing Centre's gym manager, he brought that in, and it's brought us all on so much. Even the young amateurs are starting to benefit from it now. And it adds a lot to your game, and not just that, it sort of breaks up training as well. So if I train on a Monday night and I'm sparring and I'm a bit tired, I know that Tuesday it's still going to be hard, but I'm doing something different. So it's kind of a bit of a rest for your mind. So that's working really well.
Okay. Okay. How do you like? You've had a hard sparring session. It hasn't gone. You know, there are nights you go at the gym, you have a spar, and the things that normally work for you don't click. The person you're sparring is a little sharper than you. You're getting caught with silly punches. Your mind's not on the job. How does Tommy Frank react to that?
I think everyone has them days.
Yeah, they do.
I'm not gonna lie. I have them days. I have probably, I'd say I have, even amount of bad days to good days. But I think that as a fighter, every fighter goes through that. I'm sure Floyd Mayweather, when no cameras around and he's just sparring in that gym, I'm sure he gets caught with some shots. Do you know what I mean? Not every sparring session you're going to be sharp and on it, but I think that's how you learn your craft. And like going back to when fighters are building up to a fight and training's getting hard, you're not going to spar good every session, and that can be a big thing for boxers. It can sort of get in their heads a little bit. But I think you've got to realise you're only human. And all them sessions count, even the bad ones. So then on fight night, you bang on it, and it just clicks together, and you get it right.
I want to talk a little bit about this. There's things that commentators often say, and I'm going to use Golovkin as an example, and he's the perfect example. And a lot of people get in this bandwagon, particularly people who make predictions about him. Never been stopped, never been dropped, amateur or pro, never been hurt. What are your thoughts about those sort of statements as a boxer? The reality of it.
It only takes one. It only takes one. It don't matter. It don't matter if you've never been down. It don't matter if you've ever been knocked out before. It only takes that one shot. And that's why boxing is such a good sport. It's such an exciting sport because fans, you never know what to expect in a fight. A fight can be going one way, and then just like that, one punch is landed, and then the fight's over to the other guy. So it's kind of like that.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about Floyd Mayweather and McGregor. Did you watch the fight?
I did, yeah.
And your thoughts?
Just exactly what I thought. How it were going to go. I mean, I thought that Mayweather, I thought he'd start off slow and have a little look at what McGregor were going to do. I thought McGregor were going to come out and maybe try and stick it on him a little bit more than what he did. And then obviously, I just think it was like a cat playing with a mouse. I think he just played with him. He did what he wanted, and then every round just gradually increased it, and then went for the stoppage in the 10th. So yeah, just exactly what I thought were going to happen, to be honest with you.
Were you concerned with the talk of the town of other people saying how McGregor's big left hand and McGregor was going to do this and that? Did you get caught up in that hype, or were you quite neutral about that?
No, not at all. I mean, I think that it's like that for every fight. It's like that for every fight. I think the last 10 fights that Mayweather had, everyone were like, "Oh, this is going to be the one. This is going to be the guy to beat him." But the guy's just class. He really is. You know, he's got such a good boxing brain on him, and I think that's why he's got to where he is. So yeah, I never thought. I mean, obviously, there is like going back to that, you know, that one punch thing. There's always a puncher's chance, and you can never ever eliminate that. But I knew it was going to be Mayweather's night.
What did you make of the McGregor workout?
Oh, what with the warm up thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't listen. Each to their own. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I tried it. A few lads were laughing at me, but listen, each to their own. Do you know what I mean? You've got to get them arms warmed up. So I don't know. Can I just say I love Conor McGregor, and I am a really big fan of his, but that's in MMA. I don't think that he should have. I don't think the two sports should have come together.
Right.
But they're not going to say that because they're making
money, $1
million plus each. So it was just a big payday for them. And I suppose it was something to talk about for wrestlers, weren't it?
Yeah.
I didn't really agree with the two sports coming together like that.
Okay, it's interesting. All right. Now, here's the situation. Tommy Frank is on his path to do what he wants to do, and he gets a call. And they say, Tommy, here's a step-up fight for you. You get to fight for the European title in your 8th fight. What does Tommy Frank do?
Well, first, I'd have a sit down with Glyn. I'd see what Glyn thought of it. If you offered any fight, any time, I would take it because I think any fighter should do that. Fighters fight. And as long as everything's right, there's no reason why you shouldn't do that. But yeah, obviously the first thing I'd have to do were get Glyn's opinion on it.
Okay.
Because I'm sort of trusting my boxing career with Glyn, so he makes the decisions. I fight who he puts in front of me. Okay.
Let's talk a little bit about your next fight. Do you know who that's going to be against yet?
No, there's no opponent so far. As far as I know, it's going to be a 6-rounder.
Okay.
So a little step up in rounds, but no opponent so far.
What's your game plan for the next 12 months then, Tommy? What do you want?
The next 12 months, just business as usual. Just keep doing exactly what I'm doing. You know, I'm loving life at the minute. You know, I've got it figured out at the minute. I've got a really good setup with my training. I'm just loving being in that gym and just learning my craft day after day. So, you know, I'm more than happy for it to go like that for the next 12 months. You know, just business as usual. Okay.
I know you. I know you're aware that there was a certain conversation I had last night. I interviewed a certain Tommy Chadburn. I know you don't like talking about it too much. I spoke to him last night.
I didn't hear that last bit. No, genuinely, I'm not messing. Genuinely, I did not hear what you said then. Did you say that I didn't like him, or? Honestly, I'm not messing around with you.
Okay.
What you said after that.
I said that I had a conversation. I had an interview with Tommy Chadburn yesterday, who was also in Sheffield.
Yeah, I heard that bit. Yeah.
And you know, he said that he's no longer going to call you out anymore because of the £3. You won't make the £3. And then after that interview, there was a bit of back and forth between you and him. And then he kind of left me a message just a minute ago to let you. Well, yeah, he sent me a message to pass on to you. But I'm not going to repeat what he said because that's well. But what's your position on it? There was just the P word that was used, so you can guess what it is.
Oh, right, okay.
So what's your take on the whole thing? Because it's the first time I actually talked to you about it since that interview we did at the weigh-in, where you kind of said that, you know, I didn't know if you said it tongue in cheek or you literally meant he wasn't really on your level. Where do you stand on it? That, in your opinion?
Well, it all stemmed from that. To be honest with you, when it all first started, I didn't think he was being serious. I thought, because obviously I've never been mates with him, but I've always said hello and shook his hand, sort of thing. I thought he were messing about with me, but then obviously, I think I had a fight, and then he just started calling me out on Twitter. And originally he said that he wanted to box me at super flyweight, which is my weight. Which is, if it were for a central area title or something like that, that's something I'd definitely be interested in. So then I agreed to the fight. I said, yeah. He went away for about 8 or 9 weeks. I didn't hear anything from him. He was meant to be boxing and he didn't, and I didn't hear anything from him. And then all of a sudden he piped up on Twitter again, but this time he was saying, I want to box you now, but I want you to come up to bantamweight, which I don't really understand why I do that, because there'd be nothing really for me to gain from that. If he'd boxed me at 8-3, I'd fight him tomorrow, but I just don't understand the reason why I'd move up weight to box him. It's like there's no reward for me with that, because the way that I think, I just think he needs me a lot more than I need him.
Okay.
So that's basically it.
According to him in our interview yesterday, he said, in his words, AJ Hobson is desperate to make the fight happen. It's a rivalry. Will make good. It's good financial sense. Reds v Blues. Why is it not happening? £3 between us. Why is it not happening? He said at the end of the day, I'm fed up calling him out. I'm going to move on with my career.
Yeah, but I think that's exactly what he should do. I think before running like his mouth and calling me out, I think he should focus on his next fight and just try and get through that. I mean, I have spoke to AJ about it. Maybe, I mean, if he gets through this fight, maybe I could move up to bantamweight and box him, and then move back down to super fly. But we'll just have to see.
Okay.
For now, I just want to see that he gets through his next fight, and then if we can sort something out, then why not? If it makes sense, then let's do it.
So you have no qualms about fighting Tommy Chadburn if everything's right?
Yeah, definitely. I think that if everything's right with the weight, I mean, if originally I don't think he should have been calling me out if he couldn't make the weight, because originally I did agree to the fight, but then he's saying you can't call someone out and then start moving the goalpost to where you want them about the weight. It don't work like that. I'm at the minute I'm boxing at super flyweight. I'm not boxing at bantamweight. So if I box him for a title at bantamweight, I've got a title at bantamweight, great, but then I'd have to go straight back down to super fly. But like I said, if he gets through his next fight, and obviously I'll have to have a talk with Glenn and AJ, and we might be able to sort something out.
He said in your previous fight, he looked at your opponent and he said, "Well, okay, it was a decent performance, and you were cut, but there's no way that he would allow you to do that. He would walk you down." What's your response to that?
Well, my response to that is he could walk me down all he wants, but he'd be walking into uppercuts all night. I mean, I think that the thing is with Tommy, he likes to lead with his face, sort of thing. So he could walk me down all night, but it wouldn't be very good for him, and I think deep down he knows that.
So, in terms of his skill level, if people who may not have seen yourself and seen Tommy Chadburn box, how do you see it in terms of you? Because you said there's a golfing class. Why do you believe there's a golfing class for people who've never seen Tommy Chadburn or yourself box?
Well, I just think that, and when I say these things, I don't mean any disrespect, because that's not my style at all. You know me.
Absolutely.
So you know that I wouldn't
of course.
be slagging any fighters off or anything like that.
Yeah, of course.
But I think most people know that there's a golfing class. It might make for a good fight, but I think everyone knows that I would beat him. And I think probably he knows that I'd beat him as well. But like I've said before, I think if he fought me, that'd be like if he fought me for a Central Area title, that'd be like a world title fight for him. So I think that's why he's really, you know, gearing up for this and really trying to get it. So yeah, I just think that he's trying to make a bit of noise, you know. Whether he believes it himself, I don't know.
Now, your own teammate, Sam Sheedy, says, "Yeah, the two should fight. Let them sort of settle out their differences." That's your teammate saying that. How do you feel about Sam saying that?
Yeah, Sam's right. Why not? I just think that if you know, if we can sort something out, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a definite winnable fight for me. And if there's a title on the line, then why wouldn't I do that? I'd fight him tomorrow. But like I said, a few things have got to be ironed out first, I think.
Well,
I mean, if I sit down with Glyn and we decide that, you know, after this fight and maybe next year, if I go up to bantamweight, box him, and then move back down to 8-3, I think maybe we could do that. But time won't tell with that.
So, in which division do you think you make much more money? More money, bantamweight or superfly?
What you mean, like
financially?
On the world level?
Yeah, for yourself.
Do you know? I don't know. You tell me what you think.
I don't know. I don't. The lower weight division, I'm not that clued up on. I'm sure people listening might have a better idea of the superflies and the bantamweight. Well, bantamweight, I would have thought bantamweight.
To be honest, with you, to be honest, I'm not. I mean, I'm not too sure who's about like at the very top. I think superfly's got a lot of like Chinese fighters that are at the top. It might be the same with bantamweight. I'm not sure, but domestically, super flyweight and bantamweight, it's hotting up nicely. There's a lot of good fighters in there.
I've got a question asked here, and we've got funny people in the room. Would you fight Luis Ortiz for 50 million?
What, the heavyweight?
Yeah.
Yeah, when do you want
it? Next question is asked, Tommy, who are you picking between Gennady Golovkin and Canelo Alvarez?
Do you know, I think it's going to be a really, really good fight. Really looking forward to it. And I'm a big fan of both fighters. But on the night, I just think Canelo is going to be a little bit too sharp for him. I was sort of thinking, I think Canelo's going to get it on points. I'm just going to be safe. But maybe it's not going to go the distance. But like I said, it only takes one, and it could really go either way. But I'm going with Canelo.
Okay. Another question being asked here by Mikey. He asked the question about Tyrone Nurse and Jack Catterall.
That's a tough one, you know. I really like. I like both of them fighters. You know, Tyrone Nurse is really established now. I think Jack Catterall, there's something about him. You know, I've been watching him come up ever since he beat Tom Stoker. You know, and he's just sort of come on to that scene.
Yep. And
he's really looking good. So I would like to pick a winner on that one, but I've got a little feeling about Catterall. I think he'll go quite far. Okay.
Have you got any guys in for the Super 8, the super middleweight division first?
To be honest with you, I hadn't really took a lot of notice about that tournament. I know that Jamie Cox is boxing George Groves. Is that right? That's right.
Yes. That's true. They're boxing. Yeah. Can you hear me? Yep, that's true.
Sorry, mate. Yeah, sorry, mate. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, I think that, again, that'll be a really good fight, and I think Groves will just have a little bit too much for him. You know, Jamie Cox is a really good fighter, but Groves has got them levels, and I think that's really going to show in that one. I'm not sure who Callum Smith's got. Do you know?
Sockland.
Right, I don't know anything about him.
Me neither.
But Callum Smith, I know he's a really good fighter. He's got that freakish power and that reach, and I'm a really big fan of his.
Okay. talking about weights and moving up in weight, what about Rigondeaux versus Lomachenko?
Yeah, again, that's just it's just like a dream fight in boxing.
Yeah.
I've got to say, I'm a really big fan of Lomachenko. I think when Mayweather retired, I think Lomachenko sort of became my favourite fighter. I could watch him all day. I just think his movement and his boxing ability is great. So that's going to be a really, really good fight. And again, it's just going to be one of them pick and fights. So yeah, it'd be really, really interesting.
Do you think the weight's going to be a problem? Because obviously Lomachenko's going to have to move up a couple of divisions. I mean, Rigondeaux, sorry, have to move up.
Yeah, what is the fight made at?
I don't know. I think Lomachenko, I think he's at lightweight now. And I think what's in the super bantam or bantam, something like that. Something like that.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, I mean, obviously Lomachenko is quite established at that weight, so I think he's going to be probably the more comfortable at the weight, because even when you're moving up in weight, it's still quite, you've still got to get used to the weight if you're going to be boxing there for a long time. So
okay.
Obviously Lomachenko's got that experience at that weight, so that can only be a good thing for him.
Okay. I've got Mikey says I would like to see Tommy Frank versus Ingle trained Kyle Youssef. Youssef?
Yeah, Kyle's a really good fighter. Kyle beat me in amateurs.
Okay.
But no one knows that.
Oh, now they do know now.
Yeah. I boxed Kyle in the amateurs. Really, really good fight, and he beat me in the amateurs. But yeah, definitely, if he's the same weight, that could be a really good fight for further down the line. I think he's about 10-0 now, or maybe even 11-0.
Okay.
So I think for further down the line, maybe for a title, that'd be a really good fight.
Do you know the question I've never asked you, and it just should be the first question I asked you? Where does the name Super come from?
Do you know what? I can't actually remember. Honestly, I know it sounds daft, but I can't remember who gave me the nickname. I think just from the gym. I just think that someone called me Super one day, and it's just sort of stuck. You know, I don't think I ever assigned it to myself. It was just one of them things where someone made a comment or something, and it just stuck. You know, Super Tommy Frank, and that was it.
You know, it must be something in the water you guys drink out there, because I asked Dave Allen the same question: why they call you the White Rhino? And in 3 different interviews, he gave me 3 different answers to why it was called the White Rhino. It must be something. It must be a Yorkshire thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, no, listen, just ask me that question in the next interview you do, and I'll come up with a better scenario for you.
Well, you got a new one here. Somebody's come out and asked the question: would Tommy change his name to Tommy Take It to the Bank Frank?
Take it to the bank. No, I like that.
Take it to the bank, Frank.
I ain't got a lot of money in my bank account at the minute, though. I'm not getting them pennies in bank at the minute, so
you might have to make a change.
Maybe further down the line when I made a bit of money, maybe.
Well, maybe if you do change your name from Super to Take It to the Bank, Frank, then maybe there is more, you know, law of attraction, that whole thing. What do you think of that?
Yeah, why do you not like Super, Ingrid?
I like Super Tommy Frank. I do like it, but that Take It to the Bank Frank's got that sort of, it's got that kind of, I don't know, it's got that sort of, I don't know, it's got that ching ching bling bling thing to it, you know.
It's quite different, isn't it? I think that's what you mean. It's quite different.
Yeah, I like the Super. Don't get me wrong,
but it's a good name, that definitely.
Take It to the Bank Frank. Tommy, take it. I like it. I like it.
Well, maybe we should try it out. Maybe I'll try it out and then see what happens with that. See if it catches on.
Right. Theme tune coming to the ring. I can't remember what it was.
Madness, One Step Beyond.
Oh, of course, yeah, of course. Why'd you pick that?
I've got that as my song because I'm sure you know. I'm sure you met John before. John Fuchs.
Yes.
He used to box pro for Glyn at our gym.
Yes.
And that were always his song to come out to. So and later on, when John retired, like in the last season of my amateur career, he cornered me for nearly every one of my fights. So I sort of started having that song when I was going out with him, and it's just sort of stuck. So that one sort of for him, because obviously I've grown up with John. You know, he's been like my idol growing up in that gym. You know, as well as Sam and you know Lee Edwards and Carl Wild and Jez Wilson and you know and fighters like that.
Yep.
So yeah, I have that song for John for Fuchs.
I've got my Welsh friend here who's just joined us. How are you doing, my friend? I hope you're well. He asked a question asking about Michaela Alone and Andrew Selby. Do you know anything about those two fighters?
Yeah, not the first one. I know Andrew Selby. Andrew Selby's a really good fighter. Is Lee Selby's younger brother.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he's flyweight.
Yes.
I think is that going to be some sort of like eliminator or final eliminator?
I think yeah, something like that. He's in a final limit, I believe so.
Yeah, because as far as I know, I think he was sort of gearing up to go for a world title. I think he's ranked in WBC. I think so.
Yes.
So yeah, I know a lot. I know a lot about Selby. I've watched quite a lot of him. He's a really good fighter. I'm not too sure about his boxing. That's first I've heard of it, to be honest with you.
Okay, and that Michaela Alone, that's another fighter. I think he beat him in the amateurs quite convincingly.
Right.
Yeah, and he won. And
that might be interesting, then.
Okay, and no, they won't fight one another because he won the limit. There's two different fighters. Michaela Alone, Alonya, he actually beat Selby quite convincingly as an amateur. I mean, Selby, before I understand, he fought Lomachenko as an amateur, but this guy beat him more convincingly, according to my Welsh friend, and he's very close to the Selbys. He beats Andrew Selby very convincingly, and Selby was a very, very good amateur. I think this guy's 1-0 at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are they talking about them sort of fighting now?
No. I think this guy's only 1-0 as a pro at the moment. It's Mikael. This Mikael guy.
Right, I get you.
Yeah. Right. So I thought maybe you knew him.
I'll have to put him in on YouTube. I'll have to have a look at him. I've never heard of him before.
Okay, he looked quite tasty.
So yeah, I'll have a look at him.
Okay. Yeah. What are your thoughts on David Price making a comeback?
I don't. What's David Price's record now?
I don't know. But we know
he's lost his last few, hasn't he?
Yeah, he got knocked out. He's been knocked out a few times.
Listen, do you know what? It takes a lot of on that, and I'm sort of glad he's doing it because why not? Because I think David Price is one of them where I think he were on the England team before, and obviously boxing's probably all he knows, like me and like a lot of other fighters. So if boxing's all you know, and you're still young enough to do it, even if you've had a few defeats, you know, why not? I think that's great. And best of luck to him. I hope he does well. You know, who to say David Price might be the next British heavyweight champion? You don't know, do you? But yeah, I mean, all the best to him. I think that's great.
Great stuff. Yeah, he's 21-4. Stopped four times.
Yeah. What is that, David Price?
Yeah, 21-4.
Right. To be honest, I didn't think he had that many fights. So that surprised me. That.
Yeah. Okay. People ask, what do you do in your spare time? What do you do in your spare time, Tommy?
In my spare time, I just rest. You know, I think when you're training, if you're having 2 sessions a day, one in the morning and one at night, in between, you know, I'll flit around and see my family and a few of my sponsors and whatnot. But most of the time, I'm just on that settee, getting my rest in.
Okay.
I think that's really important as a fighter, and obviously because I train full time, sort of the whole point to that is being able to get your rest in between your sessions. So yeah, you've got to do it right.
Let's talk about. You said you go to see your sponsors. Talk to us a bit more about that.
Yeah, you know, I'm really, really lucky for my sponsors. I've got quite a few now, to be honest. I'm not doing bad with the sponsors, and I, like each and every one of them, I know personally, and they're really good friends of mine. So I just think it's great that they're helping me out. And obviously, I've got the sponsored car, what you've seen.
Yes.
And I've sort of got my main sponsors on there, what, you know, just enable me to train full time, and just to try and live my dream, basically. So, you know, I'm really, really thankful to them. So yeah, it's just, especially at this early stage of my career, I'm quite fortunate to have as many that I've got as well. So yeah, like I said, just really, really thankful for that.
So what do you think the key is for you, that you've had all these sponsors that a lot of fighters probably haven't had? What do you think you've done that's made that way?
I'm not sure exactly what I've done different. I just think maybe they just see that, you know, I'm quite a humble guy, and I'm just trying to do well for myself, and try and, you know, look after my family and things. So I just think that they can see that, and then they can see also that I'm not playing at it. You know, I 100% live the life. You know, even after a fight, you know, a lot of fighters don't go out at a gym for weeks and months and drink and whatever. But I like to stay in the gym. You know, I'm always ready. I'm always just ticking over. And I think as a boxer, to make it to the top level, I think you've got to live that lifestyle. So I'd like to think that, you know, the sponsors that I've got see that I do live that lifestyle, and that's probably why they help me out so much, because, you know, they can see that I'm serious about it, and that I want it.
So where does Tommy Frank actually want to be? If Tommy Frank could have his way, where would you want to be, Tommy?
I want to do really, really well for myself in boxing. Obviously, I want to look after my family. I want to make a lot of money. I want to give back to the people that have, you know, given to me. You know, I want to look after my team. You know, and if that means being a world champion, I want to be a world champ. You know, a lot of boxers say that, and it's like I said on my last interview, where, you know, if you ask a lot of boxers that, they'll say, I want to be a world champion, but maybe they don't believe that, like, deep down. They just sort of say it. But I say it because I just think, why not? I just think stranger things have happened. And I think if you want something, and you're willing to work for it, and you're visualizing that, and you know, you really want it, why not? You know, it's going to happen. It's going to come true for you. That's what I think, anyway.
I know.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I just want to make sure my family's looked after.
Of course.
And that's it, really.
Glenn Rose posted a few videos, or a few pictures of being abroad, and going and boxing abroad, or training abroad. And what's that experience been like for yourself?
Oh, it's been unbelievable. You know, some of the trips that we've been on at Sheffield Boxing Centre. You know, I mean, so when I were in my teens, when I was 16, 17, 18, you know, all my mates were gonna Ibiza and Mali and things like that on lads' holidays, whereas I was going to Vegas. I was going to Vegas with Glyn and with Sam, and with John Fuchs and people like that, and Matt Mowat and Mick King, and you know, all them. So we were going out to Vegas and training, but we were going out for fights as well. You know, we went out for the Mayweather Cotto fight. We went out for the Mayweather Canelo fight. So just unbelievable experiences at such a young age. And that, you know, that's without a doubt, that has shaped me to be the fighter that I am, and the person that I am as well. So yeah, the trips have been unbelievable.
Wow. Where do you? I mean, this might be a silly question. Do you prefer to train at home? Or would you like to train abroad?
No, I love training in Sheffield.
Okay.
I love Sheffield, and I think, and as well with boxing, Sheffield's sort of the boxing capital. You know, so many fighters come from Sheffield. You know, that steel city environment. It just sort of breeds champions. And again, another example, like Billy Joe Saunders coming. He's training in Sheffield now. So obviously he's a world champion. He's already established, and he's coming to my city to train. So obviously he thinks it's all right. So and I believe in appreciating your surroundings as well. You know, there's nothing I would change about the way that I train. You know, and the gym that I'm in. You know, there's nothing that I'd change. It's all positive, and it's all like, you know, we're like sort of working together. And it's just I don't think you can do anything but be like successful with that.
Okay. My Welsh friend returns and says, ask him about the Edwards brothers, Sonny and Charlie. If he says they're good, I'm going. Oh, dear.
No, they're good.
He's gone.
No, see, to be honest with you, what's that?
I think he's going now because you said they're good.
No, honestly, yeah, they're really good. I've not seen too much of Charlie Edwards, but I've actually sparred with Sonny Edwards. Sonny Edwards is a really good fighter. Like I said, I've not sparred or anything with Charlie, but obviously he's the British champ at super flyweight. So obviously he's really good. And yeah, like I said, I did 2 sparring sessions with Sonny. We were both getting ready for our fights. My previous fight, and he was getting ready for one as well. So that was great sparring, great experience for me.
Great. Before we close, the WBO middleweight champion passed through Sheffield Boxing Unit, Billy Joe Saunders. What was that experience like?
Yeah, that one we actually went to the Inguns because obviously Sam was sparring with Billy Joe.
Right.
So I went along to watch it, and it was quality sparring. You know, Billy Joe Saunders is a world-class operator. He really is. And it was just a great sport to watch. I think Sam did 2 or 3 sessions with him. I only made one.
Right.
But yeah, it was a really good experience.
Right. Mikey says, best of luck to Tommy. Gonna track your career and would love to see you achieve your goals and win titles. And a fellow Yorkshireman. Go for it, pal.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Okay. Before we close, people might want to see. Obviously, we've got your fight on our channel, so we'll put that up next to the interview, and we'll put on our previous interviews with you. Do you have a message to anybody out there that's listening?
Yeah, just thank you so much for your support. Obviously, as a boxer, you know, we have to sell tickets, and all your, you know, buying your tickets and showing that support. It means so much because it's enabling us. Not only are we giving your money's worth in entertainment, but we're sort of fulfilling our dreams by doing that. So yeah, just thank you, and you know, I hope you keep following my journey.
And how do they follow your journey on Twitter?
Yeah, on Twitter, I'm at Super Tommy Frank. On Instagram, I'm Tommy Frank 93. I'm on Facebook as well. I'm just Tommy Frank.
And gentlemen, Gorge Gunga, and I never pronounce his name right, says, good luck for the future. Take it to the bank, Frank.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it. That's catching on, you know. That sounds good to me. That.
Take it to the bank, Frank.
Take it to the bank, Frank.
Yes.
But like I said, I've got to get some money in the bank first before I can, you know, put that name on.
Maybe you could be Super Tommy. Yeah. Take it to the bank, Frank.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, why not? Let's mix it up.
Tommy.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being on the channel. We really appreciate you being on the channel. And as I said, we'll post your video out there. We'll post the interview out there. And we look forward to seeing you very soon.
No problem. Thank you very much. Anytime. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Tommy.
All right, man.
So there you have it. That is Tommy Frank, the super flyweight from Sheffield, unbeaten. He's got his own plans and his own way. And he says he's admitted that he is prepared to fight Tommy Chadburn, but he has to be right. So that's all it is from here for BWTM Sports. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave your comments, share the video, and thank you all for watching, including my friend from Wales. Take care, buddy.